Hi, I'm Dave Hilowitz. So today I wanted to talk about how to get your music onto Spotify playlists. When I say Spotify playlists, I mean playlists that are actually curated by Spotify themselves. There's actually a very specific way of submitting your music through the Spotify Artists panel, and I kind of wanted to just go over that. This video is sponsored by DistroKid. In fact, they're actually going to be sponsoring a bunch of my videos in the month of August. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos that actually have to do with releasing music and promoting your music online. And I'm also going to be discussing a bunch of different aspects of DistroKid that are worth knowing about. The first step is, of course, uploading music to Spotify. I'm going to go through that process in a second, but before I do, I wanted to say a quick word about the different kinds of accounts that DistroKid has. DistroKid has several different levels. There's Musician, there's Musician Plus, and there's Label. As you can see, I am Musician Plus. Most people will probably just choose Musician and it's perfect for them. One of the benefits of doing Plus is that you get to specify a release date. That's actually necessary in order to go through this playlist process. You basically have to specify a date at least a week in the future in order to be able to be considered for a playlist. So yeah, that's kind of worth knowing. Other features are like daily sales stats, and you can like customize pricing. But yeah, being able to customize the release date is really, really helpful. Okay, time to upload some music. I got everything kind of pre-filled here. These are the different services that I'm going to be uploading to. It's just a single. It's basically just like a little electronica track. My record label is West Cortez. I'm going to upload my album cover, which is, I believe, exactly 3000 by 3000. Select primary genre, electronics, secondary genre. This is always a problem for me because like I don't really understand electronic subgenres and I don't know what any of this stuff means. Okay, I'm gonna type the name of the track, inflection point, and I've styled it in this way where there's like a parentheses around the I for no reason other than I thought it looked cool. Audio file, that's kind of important, kind of like the main thing. Make sure I choose the mastered version. Be kind of sad. And over here it says already got an ISRC code. I actually happen to, just because I'm a nerd and I make my own ISRC codes. You definitely don't need to do this. Paste it in there. Songwriter real name, Dave Hilowitz. Okay, keeping everything else at default. I do want it to be available on Instagram and Facebook. So because I have the Musician Plus account type, I can actually specify a release date. And instead of putting July 28th, I'm just going to arbitrarily pick August 14th. And yeah, we'll see how we fare. Release time, midnight, sure, who cares? Midnight in the listener's time zone. Okay, everything else looks pretty good. And now I'm just going to go down here, agree to all of these conditions, and hit done. Okay, so that's the first step of the process. Now I basically just need to wait for Spotify to acknowledge that they've received the track from DistroKid. This can take like 1 to 2 days. I'm gonna check back in a couple days and make the rest of this video. Before we can actually submit our song to a Spotify playlist, we need a verified Spotify artist's profile. DistroKid can actually help you with this. All you have to do is go to the More menu and go down to Streaming Service Goodies and click on Spotify for Artists. Then you will link your DistroKid account with your new Spotify Artists account, which you'll have to set up. Setting up one of the Spotify accounts is really worth doing. In addition to being able to pitch your music to playlists, you can also modify your profile. So for example, if I go to my profile here, you can see I have changed my background image and I've got a check mark, which makes me seem very fancy. And generally, yeah, there are just a lot of features that are worth tinkering with and that will let listeners know that you are active on this platform. Okay, time to actually do a playlist submission. Okay, so 2 days have passed and DistroKid has sent all the information about my latest release to Spotify, and Spotify has now acknowledged that it knows about the song, which is called Inflection Point. Now when I log into the Spotify Artist panel, it says pitch a song to our editors, and it actually is basically telling me to go through the exact process that I'm about to show you. So click this button and it asks me information about Inflection Point. Here's where I choose the genre, and that's a little bit complicated because the genre that I'm working in, especially with this track, kind of exists in between classical and electronic, and I don't know which one is more likely to work. I'm gonna try classical this time, and then the next time I do this, I'm gonna try electronic for a similar track. I'm gonna do contemporary and crossover for subgenres. I don't see any of the other ones working. Definitely not happy. It's a bit meditative. Can you be energetic and meditative at the same time? It's a little experimental. I think that's taking things a bit far, but let's go with that. What instruments are in this song? Okay, this is a good one. The answer is viola, really. I'm gonna go with the violin since there's no viola option, and piano, certainly that, and certainly synthesizers, but oh, no, there it is. Okay, that's good. Is this a cover? No. Is it a remix? No. Is it instrumental? Yes. How is it recorded? Studio. Here's the artist info we have. That's right. Okay. Okay, so I filled that out. And this down here, this little piece of information is extremely important. Don't forget, followers get this song on their release radar when you pitch at least a week before release. So even if they don't actually select your song to be part of like a curated playlist, the people who follow you on Spotify will still be notified about this new track regardless. That is a huge benefit to planning your releases in advance. The release radar is, it's like a playlist that Spotify generates algorithmically for each user and tells you about tracks you should know about that were released recently. So appearing on that is really, really important. Like I listen to my release radar all the time and I'm constantly notified. I actually had no idea that that was also triggered by this process. So here it says your song has been pitched to our editors, and that's pretty much all you have to do. Important thing to know is you can only pitch one song at a time. So if you set a release for like a month from now and you pitch a song, then you come up with a new song that you like even better 2 weeks down the road, you push that out to Spotify, you can't pitch that song unless you set a release date that's further into the future than the one that you've already pitched. So yeah, you want to plan your releases carefully and not pitch too far in advance and just, block yourself out. Other things that are worth noting is you can actually click here where it says view pitch, and you can actually delete your pitch if you want to pitch some other track instead. So that's another thing that's worth knowing. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. I basically just wanted to take you all through the process of doing an official playlist submission on Spotify. I've done it countless times. It has worked out for me, I think twice, maybe 3 times. And every time it has, it's just been like a fire hose of listeners. So it's definitely worth considering doing. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could hit like and subscribe. And if you're thinking of checking out DistroKid, which I highly recommend, it's a great service, which I use all the time, it'd be really great if you could use the promo link in the description to this video. I get a little kickback from that, and yeah, it helps fund this channel and keeps me making videos. Okay, I think that's it. Take care.